Good morning, adventurers. Today, Tayshawn and I are going to the High Museum of Art. It is located downtown in Atlanta, Georgia. I actually go to school for hospitality, and one of the classes I am taking this semester is humanities. So this is going to be a field trip, but I figure why not make a video while I'm down there? I feel like I went to the High Museum of Art when I was in middle school, maybe. I know I went for a field trip long time ago. So I'm kind of excited to go. This is going to be super exciting. Tayshawn's not too excited, but you know, it's summer break and you're not just going to lay in the bed and play video games all day. Get up and have fun with your mom. All right, guys, join us. All right, we just got to the High Museum of Art. We found the parking garage right behind the museum, but I do want to let you know it is $18 to park as of June 2022. I kind of feel like it's going to be more expensive to park than it is to get into the museum, but once we get up to the top, I will let you guys know price of admission to the museum itself. So as we come up, we see a statue of the Invisible Man. Oh, that's really cool. So walking in, you do have these statues, very life-size. This is Medea. Over here, it's like 1879 Jerusalem. So to the left, when you first walk in, you have a children's area, children's play area. Tayshawn's running through the punching bags. Don't punch them, please. Don't make them fall. It's just a little area where kids can unwind and hang out. Right when you come in, you have the Green Family Learning Center. And here you can make art and have it hung up. You also have a color wheel over there. Right, when you first come in, you have the Hiram Powers. It is a marble statue. Very large statue. This is the architectural structure of the museum. It looks like it goes up with slanting walkways. Each floor has the column structure to hold up the building, and the top is a glass dome roof. We're up on the second level. We have lots of little figurines, little artwork. Porcelain vases. Most of these are going to be porcelain type figurines. Oh, I really like that one. Oh, I like that one too. Little glass sculptures surrounding the walkway up on the second level. Lots of little pots and glass dishes. A nice little punch bowl. Look at all the glass like detail on that. It's absolutely gorgeous. I wish I actually had some information on it so I could tell like what era it was from. Here you have more porcelain dishes and figurines. It looks like that is an incense burner. That right there is an incense burner. Porcelain. I don't know where you would put the incense in though. But I do see holes in his ears and his mouth, so I guess that's where the incense smoke comes out of. You do have the Chinese man, 1735. Pieces that were supposed to be bottles. This right here was supposed to be a chocolate cup and saucer. A hot milk jug around the 18th century. I'm kind of digging these in the corner right here. You have Count Boole's tailor wife. She is riding a donkey and carrying a child. And I guess this would be Count Boole Taylor himself. He's riding a goat with horns, and he has scissors up in the air. These art fixtures depict different types of gatherings. Here we have paintings. Oil on canvas. I love the way the clouds and the trees look. She has committed suicide. Wow. Over here we have another marble statue. This is Giovanni Maria Benzoni. In this room, you're going to have a lot of Christian photographs. That marble statue is Rebecca from the Old Testament, the New Testament. Madonna with child and 6 saints. Depicts the snakes at the bottom. This was made in 1420 as Madonna adorning the Christ child. What I really like about it is the frame. The frame is so immaculate. It has ionic columns in it. It has the writing at the bottom. Church depicted up there on the hill, heaven pouring light down, cherub baby sleeping, and her praying over them. This painting is Apollo disguised as a shepherd. He's always been known for beauty, sun god. His painting is very elaborate. The framework is beautiful. Over here you have a lady playing a lyre with a deer, a thought that it might have to do with his sister Artemis, but it doesn't. It's actually the allegory of sense hearing, late 16th century, oil on canvas. These are more from the French era, and what I really like is the brush strokes on these paintings. It's not your typical artwork that you see nowadays, but it's just the brush strokes on this is so intricately made. This is the Claude Monet, made in the French Revolution era. Oil on canvas, cliffs of Bourville, Rough Sea. More of that intricate brush stroke work. Over here you have barges at St. Maud's. And here you have the Japanese artwork. In this room we have lots of busts as well as paintings. Lots of little sculptures. I'm going to go around and look at each one of them. This terracotta bust of an Algerian woman is really capturing my eye just because of the details in it. Look at her eyes. Her eyes look so real. Yeah, they're just really drilled out little holes. Terracotta is made out of red clay. And just her hair, her necklace, everything is just very beautiful. So in this sculpture, you have a young Abyssinian slave girl, bronze with black and brown patina. And I just really want to point out like her tears coming down her face. Her eyes are just so elaborately created. She's absolutely gorgeous, yet the sorrow on her face is so real. So over here you have a young Greek girl. She is made out of bronze. And again, just the details are so elaborate, so intricately made. It's amazing. This statue is made out of white marble. She is absolutely beautiful. Look how like delicate her braids are. So much detail in the hair. So much detail to the pearls, her back of her dress. And she's massive. Her face is very humanistic. Jeffers, 15 years of picture books. These actually came from real books. You can read here about how picture books were created. We have some of the first books written, some of their artwork, what their books are about. Sitting around, you can have picture books that you can sit down and read. You have a picture of the solar system up here. Shows us where we are right there on Earth. So coming up on the third floor, it looks like we're gonna have a lot of sculptures. So I am absolutely in love with this living room setup. This is a Greco-Roman couch, or a Grecian couch, made of rosewood, bronze, and brass. got the paintings, it's got how a fireplace would look back in the day. And I just really want to point attention to this clock. Look at the details, like around the bottom and in the eagle. I believe it's an eagle. I could be wrong about that. Let me go over here and read. It does not say what kind of bird that is on the mantle, but that clock is pine and plaster decoration. It is a fireplace mantle. The clock itself is a brass and silver. And then you have this bust over here. Lots of busts around this third floor area. Okay, I'm super excited about this stained glass. This is beautiful. So it is glass, lead, and glaze. Glass, lead, and glaze. Look how absolutely gorgeous. Painting was made during the industrialization of New York City during the Path of Gold era. And it shows how many barges were going upstate New York. So right here it talks about the aesthetic world and how art turned for its aesthetic qualities rather than its message. And down there you have Renaissance styles can be layered upon Egyptian, Persian, and Japanese motifs. So it states here that these came from the Vanderbilt Mansion between 1881 and 1882. And I just want to show you background of it a little bit and then show you how gorgeous this bed set is. And here's the chair. And check out this bed, you guys. Look at this bed. Can I take this bed home? This looks beautiful. Look at the tree branches. I think it's a cherry blossom. Look at the detail on the frame, the woodwork. Just gorgeous. You have little, looks like birds, doves up in the top up there. Let's zoom in and see. Yeah, little doves looking down over you while you sleep. And then look at the framework along the top of the bed right there. All of that is cut out and absolutely gorgeous. This face has a lot of details in it. So much work went into making this. From the bottom down there to the little animal sculpture heads, to each individual pane, to the delicate fill-in art around. You got a buffalo head right there. You have the wooden scaffolding, telephone pole. Just gorgeous. Walnut, glass, and gilt bronze clock. I just want to show you the size of this thing. Like, this thing is massive. It looks bigger in person than it does in video. Okay, turning you guys around, this is how big this clock is. And I'm not even standing up close to it. Okay, I was just talking about the size of things. Let me show you this piece in here. This is so big. So gorgeous. Like, I know it took so much work to put into that. So here's the backstory of these chairs and sideboard pieces. This is the chair. This is the sideboard piece. Look at the detail. Oh my goodness. So many cutouts. So many little animals cut in. Different animals. Fish and horse and Looks like an upside down deer. The bird at the top. You have the little dog peeking out right over there. Just massive, absolutely beautiful. It almost made me miss this gorgeous chair right here. I don't think that these chairs are made for comfort. They're definitely made for more elegant type situations. They're very straight back, very uncomfortable looking, but look at this piece right here too. Look at the cutouts in that, the detail. This is rosewood, mahogany, ash, poplar, and mirrored glass. Wealthy homeowners use consoles like this purely for decorative display of porcelain, silver, or whatnots. Decorations that you would find around a wealthy home. I really like that table right there. I like that little angel / mermaid looking thing. Let's see what it's called. It's a card table. This is a high chest of drawers, and what really draws me to it is I literally have the same chest of drawers handed down from my parents in my room right now. So this is Henry Longsworth Wadfellow, along with this gorgeous painting by the ocean. And if you can tell in the video, it kind of sparkles as you move by it. I absolutely love that. Here's another decorative chair with lots of details on it. Lots of depictions in the chair. Lots of little paintings within it. Gorgeous. Drawn to this painting because of the sunset and just the detail on it. And as I come over here, I find out that this was auctioned off to raise funds so that he could go back to England, and he died of smallpox at the age of 39. That's so young for so much talent. This room is going to be mid-1800s American stories. So, industry and urbanism, cities, and the life of the United States people. So you see the celebration of new wealth in this picture. This is John Quidor. We also have children in the landscape, as well as the sick horse. I don't know why he's sick. That makes me sad. Over here we have a night sky. It looks like a marketplace area where people are doing some trading. There's a full moon, beautiful clouds. This is Moonlit Market. And he was born in Holland. Very nice. He was a landscape painter. I love landscapes. They're beautiful. I am definitely a landscape and nature person, so I really love photographs and paintings and pictures and just everything that depicts naturalism in the world, in nature, clouds, just beautiful. There, it looks like you have your wall of portraits. Lots of amazing people. These are the Inman portraits. So these are going to be your Native American leaders. And it does give a little bit of information right here. Here's your QR code if you are interested about learning any more about Henry Inman and his portraits of the Native American leaders. I love this. And then it gives you names, top row, middle row, and bottom row. Okay, so I've talked about how much I love landscape and nature pictures. This is going to be a western landscape. Check out the clouds, check out the water, check out the rocks, check out the little bear in the middle. He's so cute. And over here is a very popular one. This is Niagara Falls. I just want to talk about the blue and the pink and the steam rising from the water. It's just absolutely gorgeous. So this wall talks about how new market for American art is going to be your still pictures. When you're taking pictures of stuff like fruits, foods. There's some cheese and some wine. It actually, the detail in it really looks like a regular photograph. So over here you have a still life with bottles, peaches on white plate, and red raspberries on a forest floor. I guess there is a forest floor. I just thought that it was like a backdrop, but I guess you could make that a forest floor. And then over here you have still life with shells. And the shells are very, very intricately like made as well. Coming out of that room, and this is where the stairs go up or down. I'm going to be coming around this way and showing some of the marble statues. This right here is Chauncey Bradley Ives, Jephifiah's daughter. Very, very cool. Jephifiah's daughter. She has a tambourine in her hand. She is marble, and she was made in 1810 to 1894. This statue depicts Ruth cleaning. It was carved in 1867 and is marble. Like the leaf details down at the bottom. Very nice. This is by Thomas Hall. Love's Memories, made out of marble. It looks like he is sitting on an ionic column. I want to say ionic because it has the swirl on it, but it also has some Corinthian detail to it too, which is pretty interesting. This is very, very detailed, absolutely gorgeous. All right, so coming in this room is going to be mid-1900s. This is going to be abstract work. Into World War II, entered in the Cold War, New York, abstract expressionists. And on around here is our first abstract art painting. Very cool. Okay, this interests me greatly. Norman Lewis was the only Black artist to participate in the famous closed-door sessions at Studio 35. Way to go, Norman. This is gorgeous. Great job, Norman. Look at all the colors. Okay, I gotta shout out my guy Beaufort as well. He was discouraged by racism and prejudice against homosexuality. So he went to Paris. Like, good for you, dude. I'm so proud of you. I hate that you had to run, but man, look at what you did. You made some beautiful art. These are going to be more examples of the abstract art that I just talked about, but a lot of them are untitled and unknown for where they originated. Let's go on around here and see if this has a, yep, these are Oil on Campus. These are by Albert Gallatin and George Morris. So we do have an origination from these abstract artworks. Very cool. Another terracotta sculpture. I'm really digging the terracottas, but I do want to point out this is one of the few African American women artists. Like, go Elizabeth. So unless I've missed it, this is the first sandstone sculpture that I've seen. This is pretty cool. This is a lizard on a rock. So this is depicting right after the Russian Civil War, settling in New York and not having a job. So it looks like he's on the dock, so he's going to be close to the sea. This over here says that Francis Criss was critically acclaimed for the distinct blend of realism and abstraction. He made this in the 1930s. It was a 1930s expression. So this is a floating figure made out of bronze. This is the first type of sculpture I've seen like this. So I just wanted to take a picture of it. Sweeping around. This is going to be more paintings of abstract art. See light red and cerulean blue oil on canvas. Over here you have the abstract landscape, rocks and boulders of Dogtown, Massachusetts. And then you have the abstract Sally with a skull. Sally doesn't look too happy to have that skull by her, but she is an oil on canvas. And then you also have the view from a studio window, 1934. I like the tree. I'm into trees. I like trees a lot. Alright, so this depiction is an idiosyncratic version of the early 1900s. I just want to show how massive this thing is and how beautifully colored it is. I'm digging the birds, I'm digging the flowers, I'm digging the moon. I'm even digging the frame. The pictures are so beautiful. The flowers are so gorgeous. Even her dress is gorgeous. Look at the flower detail on her dress. All of these in this room are the mid-1900s American modern, first decade of the 1900 art. You have some naked pictures there, but there's one of my favorites right there. I'm definitely gonna be putting that in my project probably. We're supposed to talk about our favorite pieces, and I love that. It's so colorful. This right here is a limestone sculpture. Born in France, Robert Laurent. Very French name. His lamentation draws a variety of sources from classical styles and African art to the sleek design of Art Deco. Very cool. Her face looks very hard and kind of like in a fighting posture, if I dare to say. Modern vases, modern vases, if you will. Glazed semi-porcelain. That's actually really pretty. Some of your teapots, some of your vases, some of your teapot type stuff. That's gorgeous. Look at the detail on that. Wow. Let's see what that says. Favorite Favreau vase. Brown Favreau glass. Tiffany Glass and Decorating Company. Wow. Okay, I just keep getting blown away by these furniture pieces. Look at how many drawers are on this thing here. You can have a lot of storage. Probably lose some stuff in the process. This is a walnut, maple, white pine, cardboard, and bronze Wooten Desk Company, Indianapolis manufacturer. Like, wow. And it looks like it's on wheels. I don't know if it was originally made with wheels, but that's very convenient. You can roll it in and out of, you know, wherever you're serving dinner. Going around, we have a more decorated / uncomfortable chair as always. You also have your decorative pieces that people used in their eloquent homes. And you also have your brass and gold, your ivory, your vases, napkin clips, and pitchers, coffee service. Okay, interestingly, this is an elevator grill from the Chicago Stock Exchange building. I remember these. I mean, I wasn't there personally, but I know that some older buildings still have elevator grills, and that's kind of cool. You also have your high back, uncomfortable chair, as I like to call them. That's going to be a dining room chair. So yeah, no room for leaning back after eating with that. You have a folding screen, a side chair. This is a magazine pedestal. I like that lamp back there. Let's see. Oh, it's a wall lantern attributed to Carl Kipp. And then you have another sidebar cabinet. I like the colors. I like the white in the back to kind of draw out the darkness of it. Floor, you do have some abstract artwork out in the walk area. You have this very cool bowl. It's electric blue, like the Cotton Club, a famous jazz and music hall located in Harlem. Oh, look at the front of it. Dance. A skyscraper bookshelf. I don't know why it's called skyscraper bookshelf, but it is really awesome. I like the kind of retro feel to it, really. Nocturne radio, blue mirrored glass, wood body, and chrome plated lacquered metal trim. Just heard a tour guide telling some people that they've had to paint this a few times, but it was a design that was sent in by a famous artist, and I did not catch the name. But it is still very pretty, and I really like the sun coming in. It might be why they've had to repaint it a couple times, because the sun probably fades it over time. So we are coming up on the very top floor up here. And it looks like you're gonna have some sculptures and some pretty unique artwork in there. That looks very cool. Out here is overlooking the Atlanta area. And there's the Alliance Theater over there to the side. All right, so coming off the ramp, I'm gonna be going left first. We have lots of little sculptures over here. Let's see what kind they are. Oh, terracotta again. I'm seeing lots of terracotta here, and it's actually very cool to make artwork out of. On around here, you have wood and iron sculptures. So you have the different types of sculptures up here. All right, over here, it looks like most of these are gonna be made out of terracotta. I do see number 3 is gonna be sandstone again. So I'm finally seeing some more sandstone. I have a feeling this floor might have a different variety of types of statues on it. So let's see, number 3 is going to be sandstone. The rest of them are going to be either terracotta or wood. That's definitely a terracotta. Terracotta, there's your sandstone sculpture. More terracotta, and nope, those are the wood ones. And then those are terracotta. And another wood one over there. So this is Fort St. Anthony, and it was made in 2004 in Portugal, I believe, by Pa Joe. And he visited a fortress like this one, which gave him the idea to build a miniature sculpture. What this really reminds me of is when Patty and I visited the Rock Garden in Calhoun, Georgia. If you are interested in little art pieces like this, definitely check out that video. I mean, those people put so much time and work into making those little sculptures out of pebbles. I would love to go back. It is a few hours away from where I live, so it probably won't be on the list anytime soon, but I would love to go back eventually and see what else they have built onto it. sculpture is called the Tobacco Demon. It was made in 1993 out of ceiling tin, found objects, and shellac on wood. And this is really cool. Look at the details in his vest. He is the Tobacco Demon. I don't know what kind of little object he's got in his hand over here, but he's ready to do some damage. I guess this is why he's called a demon, because he has weapons, but he's barefoot. He's not going to run very fast. So coming in here, it looks like you're going to have more artwork made out of random items. This is so cool. There's some swirling paint, objects, sticks. It looks like a lot of pictures and stuff in here. We're going to be from the civil rights movement. Lots of photographs during the Jim Crow era. Harlem, New York, 1963. This is by Thornton Dial. Okay, making these masks. Of them. Also come around here, paint on metal medicine cabinet. This is Martin Luther King. This is the Civil Rights Focus Room. And around here you have Coretta Scott King over there and Martin Luther King over here. And over on that wall you have different pictures and photographs of the Civil Rights Movement. Over here you have other pieces made out of random items. This looks like beer tops and bottle caps, beer caps, discarded materials, and just basically turning trash into artwork. I think that's where that probably originated from. It's the same area. You have a basket woven out of bottle caps as well. And then you have this little wood, copper, metal, wire, and plastic chest. I like this. This shows Hillary Clinton and Bob Dole in a tug of war over health care reform and weighing down the Republican Party. Over here you have more 3D type artwork. So this was a memory jar from the early 20th century, hand clay built with encrusted ceramic shards and found objects. If y'all don't know, I'm very into elephants, so this definitely grabbed my attention. This is to Emmett Cole Funeral Home. So there's a little memory jar, different little trinkets, concrete, plastic beads, penny jewelry, buttons made into a pyramid. Baptism of Jesus. You also have Bad Judgment. He's got a snake eating him. So these are from Baldwin, Mississippi by Leroy Onan and Elijah Pierce. Up here is a depiction of Jesus on the cross. This is made of cedar, mahogany, toothpicks, and paint. Wow. So as I come to an end of this room, it talks about how these highlight the commonalities in material, practice, and subject matter, and how it can come from untrained artists and still appear alongside the 20th and 21st centuries. And over here you have this cute little bear. He is made out of wood and plastic. Wood, plastic, and paint. Okay, this is really cool. It is mixed media with photograph on plexiglass, coconut palms, felt, acrylic, and wood. And it is very, very 3D shadow box feel. It has different dimensions to it, different pictures, different variations to go into this artwork. Very complex. Over here you have early 1860s face jug. Became part of the stoneware industry in South Carolina. It was made in 1870 by alkaline glazed stoneware and unglazed porcelain. Then you have the statue over here, which is ash glazed stoneware, and it is a figural jug. So in this room you have diasporic connections, late 1980s, both African art and folk art. So you have things made out of seashells, stone, plants, wood, and glass. Looks like an old TV set. This up here is a box sculpture made with mixed media. And over here you have oil and shellac on artist board. That is actually very gorgeous. I love colorful paintings. And this is the artist right here. So over here you have Eddie Owens Martin, which is a ritual headdress from the levitation suit. Very cool. On around here you have a picture depicting Judgment Day. And we have Badami, who is an artist that came from Sicily and settled down in Nebraska. So over here we have a column, a Corinthian column, by the looks of it, that has soda bottles, tubing, hairbrush, cloth, mirrors, gloves, and other various found materials. And I do see that hairbrush up there, that pink hairbrush sticking out. So coming back in after that, you have Nancy Graves. She said after a decade of sculpting naturalistic camels, she decided to make a leg sculpture. Wow. Turning around, I see this right here. Lord, here lay a good man. Amen. Hallelujah. And at the top it says, glad you dead, you old rascal, you. Let's come over here and see what this is made by. This is the Hallelujah door. Wooden door with enamel paint. It was in New Orleans. He salvaged wood for his reliefs from abandoned houses and other buildings, carving without the aid of drawings or sketches. Oh, right here. Glad you dead, you old rascal, you, is a line from a song by Sam Feard, often played at jazz funerals. Okay. Over here we have Naya's Parable by Ed Love. It was made with acrylic, gel, primer, welded steel, and found objects, and it is actually quite large. It's a very massive piece. It is really cool. I like the colors on it. So this is made out of scrap metal from an Alabama Power Company project. And you have the hard hat, you have glasses, you have a bunch of scrap metal. What is the soul of a man? The soul of a man was likely created in 1976. He used text through his art to convey his observations with the world. Wow. It's a lot of thoughts to put into a painting. These are in remembrance of Elvis Presley. And this is the minister's view of heaven inspired by an Elvis Presley hymn of the same name. Down here you can read a little bit more about it. But you do have different elephants depicted in it. And you can see the depth of the house over here. You can actually see it's very three-dimensional. Okay, I feel like this is going to be one of my favorite rooms. I was talking about the rock garden earlier. And if you have not seen my rock garden video, check it out because it's going to have a lot of stuff in it that looks like this. Stepping out of that room for a minute, I got distracted by this. This is Henry Church. A friend in need is a friend indeed, and he is made out of sandstone and iron. Here you have metal, plastic, glass, string, wire, nails, paint, and wood. And it's a lot like would be found in the rock garden as well. Made of stone and sand. Here you have lots of hanging decorations as well. Down here it says, I took the pieces you threw away and put them together by night and day, washed by the rain, dried by the sun, a million pieces all in one. I love this room. Down here we have a, I took the pieces you throw away. Oh, no, that's not it. Ah, up top, those are sun catchers. This is called the calf and the young lion. And over here is the weaned child shell put his hand on a cockatrice den. Look at the way that the light changes in the video. It's just awesome. George Washington was the subject of the first painting by Howard Finnister. This right here. These are more Howard Finnister paintings. Oh, this big guy right here was made by Felipe Archuleta, and he was a stonemason and carpenter. That is so cool. On around here we have Charlie Willetto's Navajo tribal healer, also known as a shaman or medicine man. And he was painted on wood. On the top floor you do have a bridge over to the Wyland Pavilion. I don't think that this area is as big over here, but we are going to check it out and see what they have to offer. Here are going to be very large sculptures, very large paintings. Over here we have this massive one of trees. Wow. This is the winter landscape. We have paintings like this that have the LED light going through it, which is really awesome. We have this over here. I love the blue in this. We have more paintings. That's why I love multi-texture artwork. This is not only huge, but absolutely gorgeous. It's got multiple textures, multiple dimensions to it, which is very abstract and real. Over here you have lithium barium crystal. Looks like a little seat. In a roly-poly form. There is a generous seat. Over here we have a dandelion seed, phosphorus bronze, LED, and plexiglass. And over here is some very mirror polished aluminum alloy and anodized woman aluminum mesh. Ron Arad decided to experiment with materials in the center of his practice, looking for a futuristic chair. As I stated before, I love 3D designs, and this is very multi-dimensional, very cool. Over here, you just have some very futuristic, very abstract looking decorations. Looks like things that would go in a house. This actually has a belt strap around it, holding everything together. Over here is some more architectural pieces. Design. And crossing over another bridge, we are coming into the Anne Cox Chamber Suite. Oh wow, more multi-dimensional art. You know I love it. This is by Judy Pfaff. This is called Apples and Oranges. Around here you have abstraction and representations in Charlene Von Hale's work. And some of these are very plain. And on around here, you have this massive sculpture. And I don't have a title for this, but that's pretty awesome. You also have that over there. These saw visions, latch them softly. So this is very unique art over here. It looks like they're still building on, adding to the museum, which is absolutely amazing. You have a stairway over here with snow. You have a sculpture over here. This is kind of creepy looking. Looks like it has an animal body with big hands and big head, and it is not about self-representation, nor is it gendered. Rather, it is about a state of emotion and psychological state that makes you aware of your own body. Wow, that's pretty deep. So on in here, we have the Nishijin Sky. It takes up 4-panel folding. And it pretty much takes up a whole room. This is gorgeous though. We are nearing the end of our tour, and my phone is dying. So I might have to wrap the rest up with this video at home. But yeah, that's the Nishijin Sky. Here's a whole nother room of lots of art. Lots of full wall paintings and artistic depictions. This one actually has a video on how the drawings were done. And here you have a lot of abstract paintings, a lot of abstract sculptures, lots of colors. And I'm really digging that one right there. That one's very, very cool. And that one just looks like a home, a mirror where somebody would post up pictures of their family. Let's go over here and get a little bit of information on this before my phone dies. Mirrored tile, black soap, wax, and paint. Over here is a portrait. It's very colorful, very detailed. I feel like just the detail of his face and his shirt and everything is just amazing. And I really like the background. It makes the picture pop. Coming off the elevator, you have the Atlanta Symphony Hall. You have the High Museum of Art, and you have 1280, which is an inspired dining restaurant. All right, we have made it through the High Museum of Art. I do want to state that entry is $16.50 and parking was more than that. So I was correct. You are going to pay more for parking, but if you are planning on coming to the High Museum of Art, definitely plan a good several hours. It takes a long time to go through that. When you walk in, you think it's kind of a small building, but the more higher up you go, the more it expands, and it even expands across a bridge into another building when you get up on the top floor. So definitely plan for a full day of art and sculptures and all of that. So with that being said, this video is done. Thank you for joining us at the High Museum of Art, and stay adventurous, stay ambitious, and enjoy what is around you. Enjoy your museums, your parks, your culture, your environment. And thank you for joining us.